Hello and welcome everyone into another Amplitude Studios stream today. Thank you very much for being here, everyone. Vauban update, yeah. Siege warfare time and zone of control stuff.
Well, it is warfare stuff, but not specifically siege stuff. It's more the auto-resolve preview, a kill count on your units,
which will be especially useful
will be
today.
Relevant today, yes. Also, probably the best part of the update, the demand and renounce all buttons.
There will be many a grievance.
Oh yes, because the scenario is set to the smallest possible zones. So many grievances.
I'm looking forward to it.
And also, the AI improvements, which we felt deeply, very deeply last week.
Honestly, I was surprised when the difficulty for this scenario was set at nation. I was like, all right, prepare yourself to lose.
Well, but also with this scenario specifically, I was worried if I set it to Metropolis, then the AI is not gonna build enough units for you to get your kill count up.
Oh, maybe that might be a good point. Yeah. But anyways, welcome in everybody. Hi, my name is Jordan. This is Stephanie.
Hey everyone.
And we're Team Aqua. No. We need a team name.
I mean, do we? Because you're half of the socials team, I'm half of the community team, so technically we're two different teams, except half of each.
We're the SOCOM team.
So, no, I'm just thinking, SOCOM sounds like exactly the kind of like abbreviation that a military agency would come up with.
SOCOM is like a joint ops. Yeah, this is joint operations. But anyways,
you mean the kind of joint operations that would be coordinated in the Pentagon, like bombarding the enemy twice per turn?
Exactly. But yeah, Sega is present. Endless Legend Total War win. Sega is present. Is Sega in the chat? I didn't see a message from Sega. Sometimes they come in, but anyways, today we are going to be playing some Humankind, and I lied to you yesterday because I was like, I played Humankind yesterday, and I started a single player game, and I was saying that we'd continue that, but I was forgetting that we had the scenario.
If you had said something, the save game was already ready yesterday, so you could have started on that one.
Well, like, you know what? I did. It was a white lie. It was an unintentional.
I don't think it's a white lie if you just didn't know that you could have had the scenario.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be. You don't have to know it was a lie for it to have been a lie, though, right?
Yes, but what I mean is, like, you know, white lie, at least to me, specifically means it's a well-intentioned lie.
Or a lie where it's not.
You have
hurt someone's feelings.
You have a good goal in telling that lie, you know. I guess, you know, you're hosting a surprise party for somebody, so obviously you're lying about it because it wouldn't be a surprise if you're admitting it. But when you just don't know, it's just it's an accident.
Fair enough, yeah. So anyways, yes. So basically we're going to be playing the scenario today. And if you don't know about our scenarios, we do have community scenarios that come out every month-ish. I guess.
Yes. It's a bit later this time because obviously after the Vauban update, we wanted to make sure everything is running smoothly. And I know I've still seen some people saying like, "Oh, I have multiplayer troubles," but obviously those are not relevant to the single player scenario, so we felt safe to release it.
So yeah, anyways, these scenarios, they have kind of a different theme every time, and the theme of this one is, we're calling it A Legend is Forged.
No, a legend forged in battle.
A legend forged in battle. That's what it was. I literally wrote this down a couple hours ago, but it's already, I've already forgotten the title. So anyways, the idea with this scenario is seeing how many kills you can get with one unit, which I think is a pretty cool idea. Good job.
And it might also help some people finally get 50 kills on one unit achievement.
I mean, I hope we can get. I mean, this is my Steam account, so I was like, I'm all for achievements. Let's go. But yeah, so
I already expect people will be like, here's the screenshot, and it's like 99.
I mean, I'm interested to see how many people are gonna get for sure. Legend Fortune Battle, like in WWE.
Trust me, there was definitely some temptation to make like jokes about like movies and wrestling and whatever, with like Ultimate Warriors and whatever.
Yeah. Welcome to the Super Slam. Okay. If you do have any bugs, feel free to report those on Amplifiers 7 Gaming. And if you don't know how to get to Amplifiers, then we can tell you.
With that kind of bug in particular, if it's about the AI, usually we need to save, because the AI brain is quite complex, and we need to look into it as it's working to understand what's going on.
Yeah. Amen to that. If anybody ever does experience a bug in our game, feel free to report it, but it would probably definitely help to have a save file. And I believe you can save, I think you can set how many save files you can have. Can you?
You can set how many autosaves you have. For manual saves, there's no limit.
The limit does not exist. You can have
I guess, technically there's a limit. It's called your hard drive space.
How many gigabytes do you have? I think it's the mandatory time to talk about the console version of Humankind. I'll say this once at the beginning of the stream, and then I'll say it again at the end of the stream. The console version for Humankind is still being worked on. We're working on it with our partner Aspire, and I will say that it is going well, and we should have the game finished for console by the end of the year. So keep waiting. I know it's been a long time. I feel your pain. I do apologize, but we want to make sure that the game is in a good state when we get it out to you. So.
I can take the question from Axel.
All yes. You.
Any news on that is yes, we have a candidate for first beta that's mostly bug fixing. We've been doing some testing because obviously we don't want to release a beta version and then all the players are like, but it crashes for me. So we're doing the smoke checks, I believe is what QA calls it. Testing if it's actually working, and then we are hoping to release a beta branch soonish, and we'll post on G2G and Steam forums about that. Probably not yet a big massive blog post because it's mostly bug fixes, but obviously we'd still like to hear from players if the bug fixes actually fix the bugs.
That's awesome. I'm excited for that for sure. Well, anyways, welcome in everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Bakawful, Kizmaki, Lucifer, hello, Rob, Axel, welcome in everyone. Stavoni, I love this game too. Thank you for being here. So yes, let's get started and hop right into there. We do have the game pulled up already. Because why wouldn't it be? Okay, I was gonna say why wouldn't the capture be working immediately?
No, it always takes one. But you can see it's like these are all from our previous.
Yeah,
it's like
Legendary Warrior scenario. Let's go.
This is obviously, if you haven't seen this before, this is the warning you get when you don't have the right DLCs. And as you may see here, hey, this one has Parabellum Wonders Pack. It's still free until the 10th of May. So if you want to try the scenario, go to Steam, Epic Game Store, Microsoft Store, whichever one you own the game on, and claim it for free. Still got 1 week left.
Somebody was commenting. Oh, I have the mods enabled still. That's something I didn't remember to turn. I remember to turn off all the DLCs, but
is it under content?
Yeah, mods. We'll have to unapply the mods.
Yeah, but then we should also relaunch the game because there are some problems
here
where if you change your mod loadout and I mean Dr. Kane is already in chat to make sure that we relaunch the game when we change the mod loadout.
Yesterday Jordan said and I quote, I know things that I've been to places. I have been to places. It doesn't mean I know about the game.
Jordan here all like, I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
Honestly though, actually.
So have you been to Orion and Tannhauser Gate then?
Orion? The star system?
Yes.
No,
it's the point. It's I have seen things you people wouldn't believe is a quote from Blade Runner, and it's one of the androids being like, "Oh, I've been in space fighting battles and whatever, and you people can't even imagine this, and now I'm going to die, and nobody's going to remember it."
See, I've seen the new Blade Runner. I watched that. That was very weird. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, the new Blade Runner is very good, but I imagine what? Did it not disable the mods?
I think you have to hit apply after you take them off, maybe.
Yeah, it didn't.
Yeah, I think you have to hit apply, and then you can reload the game.
I could have sworn that I had, but...
I was gonna say, I was like, did you have to apply them? But then you were so confident, and I was like, I'm not gonna...
I thought I had clicked on it. But then... to finish the thought, but yeah, I can see that the new Blade Runner would be a very strange experience without having seen the original.
Was it supposed to be a sequel? I thought it was just like a standalone.
It's not a direct sequel in that most of the characters weren't part of the first movie. Okay. Obviously, the person played by Harrison Ford was in the first movie.
Right, okay. I didn't know that.
Rick Deckard. But,
Oh, that's where the name Rick Deckard comes from.
And, this is, I guess, also why you never understood when I was joking about the white Kampf test.
No.
That's how they figure out if somebody's an android or not.
The white Kampf test. Kampf?
Kampf with 2F. It's a fictional, German scientist or something.
Okay.
And they figured out this, oh yeah, the robots are good at faking. But not everything, like the subtle body language, your pupil dilation and whatever. And so they try to detect that, and when asking questions, and in the book and also in the original movie, a lot of the questions are actually about how you treat animals, because in that world animals are basically extinct.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think that they even said wood was extinct.
Yeah, you mean that's why when he got to the ruins of Las Vegas or whatever, and there was bees or whatever, it was like a big fucking deal that there's insects here? What? Animals?
Yeah, I remember there was something about a tree that he saw.
Yeah. And
it was in his memories. Oh, because he had the memories of somebody else. Yes. That's what it was. He was for sure he was a real boy.
Because he had the memories of the girl.
Yeah. And she left the little horse that was made out of wood in the factory. I did watch it, Stephanie. I did.
And this is also why the original novel isn't even at all called Blade Runner.
Wow, this is such a cute area. Look at that. They got the cliffs and then the waterfall coming down. And there's horses?
Yes, there's horses.
I want to live here.
I mean, this is a...
This looks like it's the place from Up,
But yeah, I mean...
Put a balloon house there.
This is, obviously, since this is a scenario about fighting, I very specifically checked to get a place where you have the important resources for the early game. He'll survive, so that's fine.
I like it. And we can grab some food too. Or are you gonna burn stuff? For 5 food?
Yep.
I like it. There's a food thing right there on that river.
Over there?
Yeah. You can make that there in 1 turn. Which technically could be a new unit, which you could chain, daisy chain.
But also down here we uncover a lot more, so I'm torn. Let's see.
But then you can split and start exploring. See, in my game yesterday, I was chilling too much with just 1 unit, exploring with just 1 unit, and it was bad. Ridwan, to get back to your question about any new expansion brewing, our next DLC will be the naval rework, and
no.
Well, it will include
the next update will be the naval rework. That's not. It's important to make a distinction here because obviously we're not selling the naval rework. You don't have to pay for it.
It will come along with the free update, right? I'm just saying
there may or may not be DLC.
There you go. Yeah, the big changes that are coming to the naval gameplay, which we'll talk more about as it gets closer, obviously, those type of things will be the next thing that we'll be working on. So can't say when, but it'll be, it'll be coming. We're working on it. Need a little bit of time.
And I see.
I imported my avatar from Games Together or Amplifiers.
Also, I love how Chad has just moved on from, because Villeneuve made Blade Runner 2049 to talking about Dune. And of course Gurney is alive. He's still alive in the second book and then barely halfway through the first one.
Yeah, who is this person? Villeneuve?
He's the director of the new Blade Runner and of the Dune movie. And a bunch of other movies as well that supposedly are very good, but I haven't seen.
How do you customize the AI for the leader? Are you talking about your AI? Because that's something that is just in the game. You just go in the game, you customize your own AI. I think it's under content, maybe.
No, I think it's under community.
Is it under community? Okay. But then you since we play on multiple computers, I have my own computer. That's where I made my own avatar. You can download your avatar if you've uploaded it to Amplifiers. There's a little button there that has the 3 dots that are connected with lines, and you can click upload or download. And then you can also download other people's avatars that have uploaded them to Amplifiers. So, if your friends have avatars, because the achievements that you get in Humankind unlock different traits for your avatar. So your avatar can have a personality, and then your friends can download your avatar and play against you, quote unquote, but the AI version of you that has the traits that you want it. It's not the same as the influencer avatars because you don't have the voice lines and everything, and it's not custom built by 3D modeling yourself, them. But it's as customizable as we can make it without, some crazy spending $10,000 or something on each person. By the way, guys, how long is the studio going to develop the game in the future? It's a good question, Wood. I appreciate your message from earlier. And
I think that's a question that we literally can't answer because it very much depends on how the reception of each update and any DLC we do is, because as much as we would love to make the game the best it can be, in the end we can only make the game the best we can make it with the resources we have, and the resources depend on how well the game is doing. So it's
well said. That's basically what I was gonna say. Is I was like, well, in
the end, it all comes down to money, like so many things in life.
There's definitely a hard cap on what we can do based off of the resources, just like in Humankind, But this DLC has been very successful. People have been excited about kind of the current state of the game. A lot has changed since a year ago, so I think there's a lot of good energy going on in the community, which is awesome to see, because I know our teams have been working really hard for the past year and a half, and so yeah, the more people support the game, and obviously, if you do enjoy the game and you are a fan, things that you can do to help encourage the longevity of the game would be to go to Steam, write a review, tell people what you like about the game, because obviously there's more incentive to write a review if you don't like something than if you do like something, because if you like it, you're like, everything's good. This is how restaurants work and everything.
That's just psychology, and also a lot of the aspects of the game or thankless jobs, stuff like sound design or AI or whatever. If it's good, nobody talks about it, but if it's bad, everybody talks about it.
Exactly. As humans, we're drawn to negativity, so I think it's important to mention once in a while. You've been advertising the game to your Civ 6 friends. I mean, don't be annoying to them. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people look at the review scores when they look whether they're going to purchase a game or not, and so it's definitely a factor. I've seen some other people asking for more than 10 AI, and I think that it's been answered several times, but there are a couple of reasons why it would be difficult. to have more than 10 AI. Mostly because of optimization, mostly because performance suffers the more people you have. And also, at the end of each turn, you notice it has little like, ooh, I'm in front of it, but... Yes. But anyways, behind me right now, there's
the processing.
Yeah, and so, you know, the more AI brains you have, the longer it takes for everybody to take their turn. And at the beginning of the game, it's not terrible, but at the end of the game...
Important to mention here, it's not a linear thing, because 4 AI doesn't take twice as long as 2 AI, because the AI also need to evaluate, you know, their interactions with each other.
There you go. So it's a little bit of a snowball problem, you know, the more AI opponents you put in the game. So
linear time, what is this? Spotted the Riftborn player.
But anyways, yeah, I don't know enough about the AI and how that works to give you any sort of in-depth answer. That's basically all I know, and so it's probably unlikely.
Do you have the mandatories off? Because we just spent like 5 turns without actually researching something.
I do. It was one of my cities that was I couldn't do anything, and so I was like, I need to go to the next turn.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Our research output is bad anyway. We have like 3 research output, so
we're not missing out on too much.
We had accumulated the science. We're still nowhere close to it. We need to do something about the science output, I think.
Yeah, well, you could slap somebody in science.
Well, I can do now. We didn't even have a person in here before.
Yeah, 6 science per person is tripling our science right now. What's up, Khan? Welcome in. He hopes he'll go until the god emperor of Dune.
It would be interesting, but I have my doubts. I don't think I've ever seen a series or of Dune movies or TV shows even go as far as Children of Dune, because that's when stuff starts getting really weird.
Oh, thank you, Bambi, by the way. I don't know anything about Dune. I've never seen it.
It already starts getting weird in the first one, because the whole spice thing, if you take enough of it, it allows you to kind of see the future. That already gets weird enough.
Spice, if you get high on spice, it allows you to see the future?
Yes. Well, if you get high enough on spice.
How high do you have to get before you die, though? Because can't you OD on spice, I'm assuming?
Yes, and the high enough to see the future is technically more high than you can survive.
So you have to be like a special person to survive that much.
You have to be a special person who is so in tune with their body that they can control their own body chemistry through sheer force of will and force the spice to stop being poisonous.
Classic willpower over science.
Yes, and it's kind of like dust.
It's like Wim Hof. Sorry. They're the Wim Hof of dust or spice.
And but then it gets really weird in like Children of Dune, because like his kids can also see the future, because you know they were born like that.
The update is live, Lucifer.
And then, you know, one of them becomes one of the worm, sort of, and it's fucking weird.
The sandworm?
Yes, and mind you, the sandworms are like, I was about to say the size of a train, but no, they're bigger than the size of a train.
Oh, okay. The only thing I knew about the sandworms was that on the TV show Chuck, they dressed up as a sandworm, and it was a 2-person costume.
Oh. No. They have entire tribes of people riding on the backs of these things.
Like perpetually?
Well, not perpetually, but like
they cross
the desert on these things.
They're over the ground. It's not like a in the sand thing.
They usually move in the sand. What they do is like they drive in hooks to like split the plates of the worm, and the worm feels that, and he's like, I can't dive now because then I get sand in my wound.
I gotta watch this movie, I guess.
Or read the book.
First 3 books. Huh.
They're impressive. A proposal.
So they get genetically tested on to be able to see the future. Interesting.
I mean, the whole Bene Gesserit thing, and maybe you've seen that scene where the old lady makes him stick his hand into the box.
I've not seen anything.
You don't even know the gum jabar.
I've not seen it. Like I said, the only thing I know about Dune is
they have this box, and when you stick your hand in, it creates intense, overwhelming pain.
a pain box.
Yes, but if you pull your hand out,
It's like the boo box from.
But the thing is, if you pull your hand out, she stabs you with a poison needle that kills you in seconds. Because she wants you to prove that you're human. You're not an animal who withdraws at pain. You're smart enough to be like, yes, this trap I'm stuck in hurts, but I'm gonna wait so I can kill the person who laid the trap. It's a very specific definition of humanity, I guess. A very spiteful one. And the thing is, these people who do these tests have been running a breeding program for thousands of years.
Interesting.
It's
eugenics at its finest. I need to spice up my life. Sheesh. What's up, boy in France? Welcome in. The Dune universe is amazing. You should totally watch the movie. Maybe I'll check in what it's like streaming on or something. We gotta change our capital name to Arakeen. Arakeen?
I know how to spell it, don't worry.
Okay. There's technically no limit to sandworm size.
I do believe it's with 2R.
I love the meme, put your hand in a box. Young Atreides showed cardboard box with kitten inside. Kitten would freaking mess your hand up.
Yeah, I guess.
I didn't know. Oh, is Arakeen the name of you were saying that was the name of the like planet?
No,
or...
Arrakis is the planet. Arakeen is the capital of Arrakis.
I think you're talking about Iraq.
Because you know, this is the kind of name where at first you go like, oh, this is silly, why would the capital be named almost the same as the planet? And then you look at the real world and how creative humans are with their naming.
There's like 15 Portlands in the US. and Newports.
Yeah, and I was about to say, and probably half of those Portlands are named after a Portland in the UK.
Yeah, New Portland. What's up, Oscar?
You know, even old New York was once New Amsterdam.
Yeah, it's true. So is the movie my gateway drug into the universe?
I mean, I think the movie is definitely more accessible than the book because the book has a very heavy prose.
Okay. Kind of like Lord of the Rings?
Heavier
than Lord of the Rings? Well, I'm not going to read it then. Is there any chance that there will be a Kingdom of Hungry standalone culture? That's a good question. A standalone culture? I can't imagine that happening. I mean, never say never.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. This is the kind of question you would need to ask Benoit.
Yeah.
And even he would probably dodge the question because that's very
well, you don't want to commit yourself to choosing that culture.
Unless it's like, hey, yes, we already have this in the pipeline for...
It's already like half made. Well, even if it's only half made, like things could happen that could like make it impossible to finish. And at that point, then you don't want to just disappoint people by saying like, yep, we were going to do it.
Why was this?
You know, it's an interesting thing about life. Sometimes you have goals to do a thing and then it doesn't work out. And then you can't actually do the thing no matter how badly you want to do that thing. You know, like if I wanted to be in the Olympics, like no matter how badly I want it, there's just some things that are going to keep me from getting into the Olympics. And you know, if I told my parents, you know, I'm going to make it into the Olympics someday, but then I just couldn't make it happen, what am I going to do? I can't just like, you know, get into the Olympics because I want it. I know you get it, Lucifer. I just like talking.
So we do have a promo now, so that's good.
I do love them axe wielding choice.
Yeah, let's just grab one.
It's never too late to start curling as an option. There's no age limit on curling.
And then, you know, obviously
I would do well in the Amplitude Olympics.
I'm actually thinking with the small territory size, maybe this is one of the times when shamanism might actually be good because we will have so many administrative plazas.
Sure, yeah.
But then again, distance is measured in number of territories, so I guess chat can decide that while I take these promachoi and go murder some people. Or at least try to go murder some people.
So are we naming, wait, you can name the regiment, right?
Yes.
But you can name a unit once it has veterancy.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess if we're... Before somebody spends us to request it.
Squirt?
No,
it's the French keyboard.
It's a French keyboard, yes.
Sardaukar?
The elite soldiers of the Emperor in
Dune. Okay.
So any comment?
Nobody ever answers our questions, Stephanie. We ask questions in the chat like, "Hey, do you want shamanism or?"
That's because they're too busy talking about, I guess, the Fremen religion. I mean, he's not wrong about.
Stephanie, you might know the answer to this. Are we going to publish the Hall of Fame for Rags to Riches?
Yes, when I have a moment of time, because we were obviously very busy with the Vauban release and then preparing the scenario. But probably sometime next week we'll get around to actually posting the Hall of Fame.
Oh, we got a big first time chatter up here from Ananas Zwerg, which is pineapple in French.
Zwerg is German for dwarf.
No, it's a pineapple dwarf. Is that what this
Apparently.
is? Hi guys, just a small question. I last played a game of Humankind and I got an achievement icon that said "Leave your mark." Ready.
Oh,
Go in the avatar editor to uncover this amazing drop.
No, I know what this is about.
Wow effect, you guys.
This is a bug. For some reason, it shows a test version of a notification that was part of the Stadia feature. I don't know how it happened. I know that it does happen. We know about it. Luckily it's just a notification, so it's not a big deal for you. But you can just ignore that.
Ignore it, all right? I didn't even know that was a thing.
I really don't know why the PC version ended up showing like that Stadia specific notification. It's
very useful to name a unit when you want to give it as a present. Oh no, I'm already thinking about it.
Reinforcements, some more reinforcements.
Yeah, well, you can name the gift, I think, too. I think you have to give a title to the gift, but you can name the unit you're going to gift.
Well, I think we need some more promachoi.
Yeah, they got warriors and... right, we got a lot of chat to catch up on. Hold up, deeper than the Lord of the Rings lore? Can't believe it. I mean, I've never read it, so I don't know. I don't think they were saying the lore is deeper. I think they were saying that
it's
the
more
prose is heavier.
Yeah, the prose, and especially since also Tolkien has some made-up words. The first Dune book has a lot of made-up words
that you just have to figure out what they mean out of context.
Either that or there's a glossary in
I was going to say, there better be a glossary if they're going to do that. No shamanism, says Bachhoffel. Did we already choose?
Yeah, I think I chose polytheism, but I don't even remember because the religion isn't the focus.
It's not even a question. Stone circles look the best. Okay. Have you heard the good word about our Lord and Savior Duncan Idaho? Who's Duncan Idaho?
He's one of the advisors of the Atreides Duke, and yeah, shit gets weird around him too, because he dies, and then another house makes a clone of him that they give to Paul, but the purpose of giving him the clone is that the clone is supposed to kill him, but then the clone figures out that he's a clone and somehow manages to remember his previous It's weird.
Okay.
If you get into Dune, be prepared for shit to get weird.
Hey, Reign of Keys, you're bordering on spam. Are you trying to find out about the Steam sales right now for Humankind? Because you can just go into the store page on Steam, type in Humankind, and then just scroll down, and it'll tell you the sale for the base game and the sale for the DLCs. but just spamming commands that don't actually exist is a little bit annoying to some people, I'm sure. Let me ask you something. You still plan to recreate Paris in game with wonders and emblematic quarters?
I think we're not joking about that at some point.
We could get pretty far.
Oh no! Oh god, I forgot we don't have organized warfare yet.
What's up, BMO? How you doing? Duncan Idaho is basically Dolly the Lamb times 5,000. I don't know who Dolly the Lamb is though, Kismaki. You can't reference something by referencing another thing.
Dolly the Lamb was a real world thing though.
Oh, damn it.
She was the...
That's less.
She was the supposedly first sheep that got cloned.
Oh, okay. We're not researching anything apparently.
Oh.
You can turn the mandatories back on. That's who we need to keep alive to be our murderer.
With 1 hit point.
Yeah, he's got 1 hit point, but he's also already got 1 kill. Does that guy have a kill yet?
Oh no! No!
He has 0.
No, that can't be right. I think this is a rounding error.
Oh, well, they got shot, so they're dead
they had
anyways.
archers.
Oh, he's already won veterancy, though. Look at him.
Is this the last turn?
Sneak around and kill the archers?
No, we can't reach the archers to kill them.
Oh, he's under control.
But if this is the last turn, they don't get another shot. So if I kill this dude and survive, the battle is over because they took the flag.
Oh!
We didn't kill the dude.
But we also didn't die. Macroscopic being and artificially cloned lizards do Parthenogenesis all the time. Parthenogenesis all the time. Like where you regrow a tail.
Yeah, no. I think they're talking about self-cloning because technically, bacteria are all clones.
Sure.
But yes, it is definitely important to say yes. The first artificially cloned multicellular being.
Is the stream lagging or is this my phone? Do you mean is it buffering or are you experiencing like frame lag or like what do you mean by lag? What's up, our Phoenix? Hey, could you make a save file multiplayer? Would be super cool to play with friends. Oh, could you make the scenario save file multiplayer?
That's a lot more tricky, I think. Theoretically, we probably could, but there might then start to be some issues because we need to start preparing a various number of players and all of that. Was it? Ah, right. I was looking for.
Did we sound real great, Boghoffel? Oh my gosh, I almost died.
But also, yes, we should absolutely turn the mandatory spec on because I am clearly not attentive enough to notice when we have stuff to do.
Actually, which I don't know why, but it's in there. Enable mandatories bottom, second to bottom.
Because yeah, I have clearly proven that I am not attentive enough to turn that off.
Yeah, I mean, it might be due to your download speed, and maybe it's the type of thing where you need to turn down the quality because we are streaming in 1080p, 60 frames per second, which is, if you have a little bit slower internet, it might be an issue. I think our bit rate's also like 5,000, so it's the type of thing where we want it to look really nice, but it definitely can make certain people's internet suffer if you don't have speedy Gonzalez internet. So do it, turn to the dark side. Parthenogenesis is when a macroscopic organism fertilizes one of its eggs without any sperm, basically self-cloning. I know what some species do that either opportunistically when no mates around or permanently, especially some lizards.
So what Boghoffel is saying, life will find a way.
Life does find a way. Also, some plants just spread by budding. They're just like, it's another me. And they just, woo, like aloe plants. You can just chop off a little thing and then grow a new aloe plant. You know, I got onto mushroom talk recently.
Now the thing is, given that this is the internet, when you say mushroom talk, you need to specify. Are we talking about mushrooms or are we talking about Super Mario fandom?
I'm talking about. No, people growing mushrooms at home. It's just like a group of people on the internet that are all excited about growing their own mushrooms. There's multiple accounts that are making mushroom content, and it's like an in-depth process to make mushrooms.
Yes.
Making mold is so easy, but apparently making mushrooms is difficult. You have to like sanitize everything, and I'm like, I thought mushrooms grow on poo. Like, why do you need to sanitize anything? But I don't know. I really would be interested in making my own mushrooms.
I think it's probably delicious. About keeping away competition and
that was it. They said you don't want to have it competing against other bacteria or something. What does the Twitch integration stuff in the main menu actually do? Well, the Twitch integration doesn't exist yet. Well, it does exist, but it's not finished yet, I guess. Is more accurate.
Yeah.
We had a preview of what it was going to do, I think, didn't we? Did we ever show anybody that?
No,
or was that just an
did.
internal thing? Okay. I didn't say anything. By the way, Endless Dungeon OST is a banger. Wait, but you've only heard some of the songs. I love that. It's another me. I really like the last patch. Heck yeah, 66 feet. What's your favorite part about it? Can you make a nuclear bomber and nuclear launch submarine? We've talked about this a lot, actually, 7 Gaming, and it's definitely something that is being looked at.
Every time we ask, another UI designer, UI programmer starts crying.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily the UI, sometimes the gameplay programmers. But yeah, the way the units are handled by the game isn't really set up for that. Is the problem.
I'll now refer to spring as Jordan. It's another me. That's what the plants are up to. They're making more me's. Or just daughter trees interweaving the roots with the parent tree and keeping it alive. If it's broken or something, it uses nitrogen fixation roots. Hashtag onlymushrooms.com. I've read mushrooms growing books when I was like 9 because I didn't have internet back then. I remember reading just magazines because I was bored when I was a kid. We used to read so much stuff just because we had nothing else to read. Like in the doctor's office, when you're sitting there and you're just like waiting to be called in to a room, like an examination room or whatever, and there's like 5 magazines, so you pick the worst, not the worst, the least worst looking one. You're like, this looks kind of interesting. It's about like golf or something. Your UI UX guys should look at Age of Wonders. Their UI is so cool. You know, it's interesting because I've actually, I mean, I think it's a lot of what you like, you know? I actually haven't played Age of Wonders yet, but I think some people prefer our UI to the Age of Wonders UI, and some people prefer it the other way around. So I don't really know. I think UI is a lot of preference. All in this game OST are bangers. The 2 songs that you've heard, okay. Well, you got to hear more of the songs in the open devs, but you wouldn't have been thinking about them as songs because it's so seamlessly integrated into the game experience.
So let's see if we can get another kill, I guess. Oh, no, we can't.
I do love the Homeworld one OST. What's up, Calamark? Welcome in.
You know, I think I need to try
Hello there.
Our people back home.
General Kenobi.
And disband them so we have some people to actually put in our jobs.
That seems wise, yeah. Oh, and we're like 1 food away from getting another person in that turn.
Oh well.
Yeah, I've gotten really used to the whole right click to exit menus actually as well. I've tried it in other games and it doesn't work, and I'm like, what the? Oh, I guess I'll hit escape. I'm a bit biased, but I always felt like endless game UIs were one of their strong points. They're easy to read and navigate through. I would agree and disagree with you on the basis that I came into this studio as a relative beginner to 4X games, strategy games in general. And I gotta say, sometimes it was very difficult to figure out what the heck was going on or figure out where the information was. But over time, it became a lot easier. And I think that if you maybe have played other 4X games and then you come to this one, you'll be like, oh, well, this is very easy. But from zero, from FPS games and survival games and stuff and whatever, it was kind of like, wow, this is a lot of menu, you know, a lot of information, a lot more information than you use in other games. Do you think you'll play Zelda TOT? Tears of the Kingdom? Oh, okay. I actually tossed around the idea of getting a Switch recently.
It's been on my list of stuff to buy for a while. But then,
it'd be fun because I ride the train an hour every day.
Yes, but...
You do too.
but for me, it's like... I've had trouble deciding, oh, should I grab the Switch or should I just grab a Steam Deck? Because I have so much backlog in my Steam.
Yeah.
And...
It's a good question.
And then also, it's just...
I was hoping that they'd come out with a more powerful Switch, not the OLED.
Yeah, but and then the other thing is just finding the right moment to buy it, because of course there's other costs to cover, and then I foolishly perhaps spend way too much money on a miniatures Kickstarter.
I was about to say, I was like, yeah, if you're spending all your money on minis.
I mean, to be fair, I had been saving up for that Kickstarter because I knew it was coming for 6 months, but it was still approaching 4-digit numbers.
Sheesh. Holy shit. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's also a lot of minis.
I get that. I've been computer gaming since my childhood. I played Dune 2 on Amiga. Amiga? I've never even heard of that. I don't know.
See, this is where I start feeling old, because I know what an Amiga is. I never owned one, but
I know what an Amigo is. You guys are all my amigos.
I was actually joking to Sergio today that one of the comments we received on, I think it was on the Vauban beta blog, somebody had asked, oh, how do I unlock this? And somebody else answered, no, it's an update. You just have to update your game and then use the floppy disk emote. And I was like, oh my god, there's gonna be so many Steam users who have no idea what this is.
That's funny. I think it's weird that on Steam you have to buy the emotes. They're something you buy in the Steam store.
Yeah.
Did anybody watch that Spiffing Brit video where he bought all the was it cucumber pickle? I forget what emote it was, but it was like a...
You knew this channel was going somewhere when his exploits started involving making actual real-world money.
Stonks. I can't remember what the emote was, but it was like a pickle or something emote.
I mean,
I don't know how people got this emote.
It was picked at random. It was literally market manipulation. He was basically saying capitalism is a perfectly balanced game with no exploits.
Yeah, well, I mean, he didn't make money. He lost money in the end, but it was funny while it lasted.
Yeah, he lost money in the end because he pushed it far enough, but he could have left making money.
If people had bought it at that price, yeah. Also, if you didn't have to buy so many... if there was a smaller total number of these emotes in circulation, but I think the fact that there's infinite number of pickle emotes that you can have makes it kind of
but when you can manipulate the price, then you know there's a problem.
I mean, I would agree with that. Are them just swordmen's, or the Prometroy have the sword emblem? All right, they just have the sword emblem.
They have the sword emblem because they're a melee unit, yes.
A lot of games hide it, make it harder to get to. I mean, I definitely get that. I'm Until Metroid Prime 4 is out, I refuse to buy a Switch. I played the Metroid game for the GameCube. Like, the new Victoria UI is, to me, this is so bad. Huh. I haven't seen the Victoria UI.
The Victoria 3, yeah, it's...
Is it more complicated? Like, there's just a lot to see?
It is more complicated, but that's also because it's just a crazy complicated game.
Should we just, like, keep the high ground and let them come up to us?
If they will.
Oh, they will. We're shouting at them. We're shouting obscenities down the hill at them.
Well, there's no way. There's no way he's gonna survive.
You could go up to the city and get them fortified. I mean, they're gonna die, but at least they'll do more damage before they die.
Yes, I guess we'll do more damage. You do have a point there, because we will get the fortification. Also, we get a little more map revealed. But they took the flag. No.
Propaganda is so cheated, though. What do you mean, Seven? I ain't that old. I was just raised in a family with a passion for computer stuff. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I'm 29, so I feel older than a lot of people, but I also realize that our audience is probably closer to the 30 to 45 range than, you know, FPS games, which is more like 16 to 25. See, I feel old when I'm playing FPS games because all these kids are like, oh my gosh, I'm doing 180s. I don't know.
So how's our kill count going?
What do you think of the Aura History Untold and Civ 7? It's a good question. I actually have just watched trailers of the Aura. I haven't seen any gameplay. Do they have gameplay yet?
I don't know. I've not had the time to keep up with it.
It's a good question. You all probably know better than me, but does diplomacy politics work better in this than Civ? You're new to the game. Z Perkle, it's going to be different than Civ. But as somebody who's played more Civ than I have, I feel like I should defer this question to you.
The diplomacy here, I'd say, is a lot less specific and a lot less haggling. Because in Civ, you can like specifically say, hey, I want to buy this resource from you. I'm giving you this much gold. And, you know, then you have these situations where, especially, for example, Spiff does that a lot in his videos when he like finds the exact number that is as much gold as he can get for it, and then because the AI reevaluates, he sells it back, but he gets more money because now the AI is less, so it considers it more valuable, and weird stuff like that. Whereas here it's more just, you know, hey, you make a proclamation and say, hey, can we have a trade agreement? Possibly with England, I guess. And then they say yes, no, or yes, if you give me some money. And once it exists, you just, you know, buy their stuff. You don't need to haggle for everything. So it, and even starting war, that depends more on, I guess we can show that here, on these grievances. And oh my, we generated a couple of them maybe.
They're a little upset at us right now.
And then you can, you know, you can press specific ones or renounce them. So hey, we can demand they pay us 200 gold. But if we do this right now, demand the 400 gold in total, I'm pretty sure they'll just press against us.
They're currently hate-filled, so they'll have an opinion of us. That's part of the diplomacy. And then also you can check and see like why they feel a certain way about you, and you can change certain things like, oh, you know, we follow different religions, so if we changed our religion, we would become more aligned, and they might like us more.
There's different things. There's, you know, how close you are in the ideology, which is like these different laws, so to speak, that you can pass.
You can see them on the left of the screen right now. You see this is society.
Yes.
So there's like extremes on either side: collectivism or individualism, expansionist or no, homeland or globalism, law.
I don't understand.
Shush, Siri.
Liberty and authority, tradition and progress.
Yeah, and each of like as you progress, as your decisions progress you up and down those meters, I guess, you'll kind of change what perks you get from that. So,
and just like, no, I never said I was too busy with work. You are quite right in the fact that yes, mostly it's just too busy with minis, And I guess now also with playing Age of Wonders 4, but...
It's over, Anakin. I love the amount of Star Wars references we're getting today. I'm only 3 years older than you, Jordan. So you're my sister's age. See, I can relate to that. Although, to be fair, it's a different generation. My sister feels...
If it was 4 years older, you wouldn't be able to relate anymore?
No, I have a brother that's exactly 4 years as well. So as long as it's 3 or 4, we're good. It's I think we have to crush the rebellion. We created a new command yesterday. No, you're good. She's an attractive lady, but she's been married for like 10 years, so you know how it goes. Is that Avatar Jordan? Yeah, it is me. I downloaded it from Amplifiers. As much as I love Sid Games leaders, so there were Mao, Stalin, but not Adolf because he was so bad. Point was, if you make a game about history and civs, I mean, I get what you're saying. I don't know how or why they made their decisions, so I can't really say that. But I think our, approach with Humankind was much more based off of highlighting people that weren't as, classically, used in history, like Cleopatra and whoever. Like, we use people like Leonardo da Vinci and some people that didn't technically exist or whatever.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think a lot of the leaders we have in vanilla without any of the bonus DLC or the challenges or whatever are actually much more mythical figures, like Beowulf or Gilgamesh. I mean, Gilgamesh might have been loosely based on a real ruler, but like the person Gilgamesh we know is based on the Epic of Gilgamesh that we found.
Right. Okay. So yeah, but yeah, so that's anyways, that's a little bit about the diplomacy in Humankind. Obviously, with the Together We Rule expansion, you get a lot more diplomacy features, as is an expansion that focuses on that specifically.
Yeah, but you have a World Congress where you can vote, and after the vote, if you don't like it, you can say no. But everybody else might declare war on you because they don't like people going against the democratically decided decision for certain
It also depends on how much leverage you've gained,
yeah, I was about to say,
how much power you have.
For certain definitions of democracy, because there's definitely a potential for the Palpatine type of democracy.
Yeah, how's the kill counter going? Do we have anybody that's racked up any good amount
now
of
that
kills?
we actually have an army that can fight, they're so afraid that they keep running and we're not getting any more kill count.
We have 2 on that one. So now that it has veterancy, can we name... Let's just start naming them.
Any suggestions in chat?
I think we should have chat be able to choose what name that they want or their name. So raise your hand if you want us to name a unit after you, or if you have a name to suggest for a unit. Nice, I'll keep an eye on this one because I hate games where you can only win with brute force. Yeah, honestly, that was the whole point of the Together We Rule expansion, was that, peace is always an option, so.
Unlike the Parabellum DLC.
Unlike the Parabellum.
But also,
pack.
speaking of victory conditions, that's very important to note that, the victory condition here is just
fame.
this number, fame. The other stuff that you would usually, associate as a victory condition in these kinds of games, like, launch a rocket to Mars or whatever, or...
Currently, we have the fame invisible right now,
and whatever. Yeah,
you can't see it, but it's there.
But... yeah, we can't see it in the leaderboard, but we can. I was actually trying to point at the number here, and then the tooltip comes up. This is better, and you get this by fulfilling these various objectives, these stars, and so only one of them is actually winning battles, and another one is for expansion. But there's science and building districts,
making money, expanding.
How long until we get that one?
Of course, it's mechanic in early game because mankind is still what we are. Amen. One word, clones. We gotta name the army Sergio Special Forces.
Alright,
I'll do the naming.
yeah, I just realized the Sardaukar all died, which I'm sure that, you know, the Dune fans appreciate.
Sergio's Special Forces. Wow, it all fits. You can have long names. Holy crap. I saw with the sales, there's a lot of people streaming Humankind. That's really good. Yeah, honestly, I think, you know, we're reaching the renaissance of Humankind, where, you know, people are finally realizing, wow, they've put a lot of effort into, you know, patching the game. And
we call it the early modern age.
the early modern. No, right, you're right. Not the renaissance, my bad. In short, love these kind of Sims games. There aren't too much of these games in the genre now, at least at this kind of scale. Heck yeah. Well, just so you know right now, the base game is 80% off. So if you're looking at getting the game, now is a good time. All the DLC are off on a discount as well. And then also we're offering the most recent DLC, the Parabellum Wonders Pack, for free until May 10th. But the sales themselves will end this Friday.
Oh, come on. Seriously? The moment I burned it down, they went away and founded a new outpost. Well, at least we got some money out of it.
I mean, you still have movement. You can chase it down.
But also these guys just declared war on us. So we kinda need to get ready to defend and... Okay, that... What? I guess they must have started a battle with a different player here.
Interesting.
Because
we're in it.
We're stuck in this battle, but I think they might be fighting the orange player or the yellow player.
Interesting.
I guess it's
the Legion of Lucifer for an army. I like it.
I guess it is time for us, since we couldn't claim this territory to get the last expansion star, I guess it's time for us to now check here.
All right.
Okay, the Persians are taken. Oh no, the Huns.
The
Huns and the Goths are taken.
Naked guys. There's always naked guys.
Yeah, but I'm thinking powerful units. War elephants? Or gonna take a while to get them, but the Praetorians are quite powerful.
Do we have any iron?
We don't know yet. We see that when we enter the era.
Oh, could we have any potential for iron, I guess? Up there.
Up there and down here.
Okay, well. You have to prepare for war. Exactly. Would you ever consider environmental bonuses for different ecosystem types? Well, I think that's already inherently like mixed into the way that the tiles give resources. But is that what you're talking about? Where it's like, oh, this is, you know, steppes, and this is, you know, Arctic tundra, and this is rainforest. Like, you mean like what the tiles are? Because there are technically like ecosystem, you know, sections of a certain type of tile. I think
this is just, most of it, this is just a graphical glitch. Because when I just did this, it actually cancelled part of this.
Oh, maybe. Interesting. Or was it? Carthage! Says Nathan.
Yeah, sadly, too late now. Sorry.
Vis passern parabellum. I don't speak enough Latin to get it.
If you want peace, prepare for war. That's what the title of the DLC comes from.
I mean, I understood that it was Latin. I didn't understand that there was a saying based off of it.
Oh no. Oh no, they already have swordsmen. Oh no! Oh no! It's already happening again.
Hey, this is all you. This is all you. My hands are off the wheel.
Yes, I know, but you know, this is like very similar to last week.
I mean, all we need to do is keep one guy alive. and have enough fame to beat any people that you know, are tied with us, right? Hun invasions had one of the first artillery duels, and they used catapults to attack field armies. Very innovative tactics. They had catapults or trebuchets. Like late game protecting biodiversity and stability for bonuses, and if it's not part of the game, then maybe something to consider. Nathan, it's a good question. I'm not exactly sure the mechanics of what you're talking about. Because my my foot turned on the lights.
Okay, I was
waving my foot over here. Hold up, I gotta turn on the lights. Back off.
Oh no! What? Oh no! No, I can't get where I wanted to. But this should work.
Nice. Z Pickle. That's what I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you Z Pickle. GG's from Steam. So if you're on Steam, make sure you go down and claim the free DLC as well, because it'll show up. It'll say Parabellum Wonders Pack, free, freemium edition, or something like that. TOS. What TOS? Did something TOS happen while I was gone? Did you see my butt as I was standing up to go turn off the light? Is that what happened? Heck yeah. Might as well grab it while it's free before it costs $3. Does Amplitude have any plans to overhaul the pollution system? That was a nice cowboy drawl. You think so? Think that was real nice?
I mean, the pollution system is definitely, you know, we know it's a pain point. We don't know if we will be able to overhaul it for Humankind here, because, you know, it's deeply baked into a lot of things, so overhauling it is a big task.
There's some coding, you know, complications, I think, that we maybe can't explain very well.
But we have definitely learned lessons from it.
Oh, my foot turned on the light. Yeah, see, we have a motion sensor in all of the rooms in the office, and technically, since we're like in the corner of the room right now, we're not setting off the motion sensor, so the lights stay off because it thinks that nobody's here, right? You can turn the lights off manually, but my foot was just peeking out that way, and so it saw my foot wiggle.
So it's like, oh, there actually is somebody here.
Who wins the DLC? Everybody wins the DLC, Reign of Keys. Everybody who owns the game can access the DLC for free until May 10th. But I definitely think that that's one of the things we talked about with the game directors for...
I know the
Humankind.
Environmental topic is dear to Benoit's heart, but that's also why he would like to do it properly. And
Yeah.
we might not have, you know, the manpower to redo what's already there to the same like level of depth that he would like.
Yeah, but that's definitely something that we've talked about for Humankind too, to have a system for like environmental changes.
Our poor guy who already had 2 kills, he's gonna die because we can't run far enough away.
They wouldn't they have to go through the city? Oh, but then they can attack out.
Yes.
That same turn, can they?
That's the problem. Oh no, they have even more reinforcements? Why?
Oh no, our poor archers. Wow, they didn't take very much damage. Oh, it's because they're swordsmen.
Yes, they're an entire era ahead of us. We're doomed!
Yeah, that's an uh-oh spaghetti-o. I love listening to Red Alert USSR song when I go to war in HK. It's so epic.
Oh, the Hell March?
I haven't heard it, but
it is very memorable if you've ever played the Red Alert games, and it's like frankly, Klepaki's soundtracks are up there with Arno's soundtracks, I'd say.
Yeah, I get that. To be frank, I checked out this game when it was published, but in time I had some issues with hardware, and then came COVID and hardware scalpers, etc. I totally get that, honestly.
Yeah, it took me so long to finally get an upgrade to my ancient PC.
Yeah, you know, I feel like I probably told you, and I was complaining to the stream as well, but my personal computer has these weird crashes that are based off of maybe drivers, maybe my graphics card itself is just like suffering instability. I don't even know, but I get like kernel 141 and kernel 117 errors or something, and it's like both of them are like hardware errors, and so but like it could be, you know, the drivers, I don't know. It happened again recently, and now my computer like crashes on occasion, and I'm just like, I just want it to stop. Like, I just want it to not, like, I have a weird, like, not a real PTSD, maybe it is real PTSD, but every time something like freezes on my computer, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just gonna freeze, it's just gonna die, and I lose all my progress, or I get kicked out of a game that I'm playing.
I was so frustrated with the hardware situation, because I knew my PC was already like 8 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
And it knew, I get more and more glitches, and I need to work remote because of COVID. I need a PC. And then I couldn't replace it because of the hardware issue. And so
yeah,
that was very frustrating.
Times have been hard for software company as you too. Times have been hard for some companies. Some companies have done even better, though. Just to double check, no new culture DLCs until next year. Well, that's not what I said, Nathan. If you remember what I said the thing in the next update. Well, we said
in the next update, it's naval rework stuff. When and what the next DLC, we're not allowed to say.
Yeah, the DLC announcements and stuff like that, those have to come out as like official announcements. But in interviews that we've had with, you know, the designers on stream and stuff like that, they definitely have said that they want to, you know, have more culture DLCs. So make of that what you will.
They had mercy on us.
Thank heavens, but we just got attacked by the other team that we're at war with.
Of course we did. This dude has 2 hit points.
3 kills too.
Why?
Who's Frank Bachhoffel?
Frank Klepaki, the composer of the Red Alert and Command & Conquer soundtracks.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Culture DLCs are fun. I agree. People have a lot of good ideas for future cultures too.
We do have iron, so we might be able to get...
Yeah. We do support mods. We, up until, you know, 2 weeks ago when the update dropped, we used mod.io exclusively. But we just recently included Steam Workshop support. So we use both. Yeah. So Steam Workshop just got added. It's the best time to be playing Humankind. That's what I gotta say, you know?
This is bad.
A Natural Wonders DLC? There are already so many natural wonders in the game, though, and I feel like I don't get to see them.
But they're so beautiful.
I wish that there was a button in the game settings, like the map generation settings, where you could turn up the probability of natural wonders.
Honestly, the map generation settings was something that I wanted to ask Binwind, our producers, like, hey, how difficult is it to like expand the range of options here? Because I think that would be a very nice quality of life and replayability feature, being able to have more customization there.
And things like adding more natural wonders. Like I said, I've definitely seen a lot of natural wonders, but when I play a map, usually I see like 1 or 2 maybe, and there are so many cool ones. I just feel like it'd be nice if you wanted to turn that setting up. Praetorian Guards for the win. Could you explain how the Ramon EQ works? The Roman.
Ah.
Ramón.
The Ramon. No, the Roman EQ.
¿Cómo funciona el emblematic quarter de los Ramones?
Sorry. You mean because it has this
It's a commons quarter?
on Victorious City.
Oh.
Technically, after you win a war, all your cities get the status victorious for a number of turns depending on the game speed. And then we would get 50 fame. Cabrón dióxido.
Ahí es ese cabrón dióxido. I like the edificio Ramón. Sí, es cierto. Los Ramones.
This is too much. I can't take this. But yeah, and while the city has that status, then you get the bonus fame for building it. Which, to be fair, I've seen people get a lot of fame out of that. But obviously, we need to get good enough to actually win these wars.
Oh, on constructible, aka upon construction.
Yes, fame on constructible refers to like this thing being.
See, this is what I'm saying. The translation from French to English isn't.
No.
Well, I'm sure that there was a design document where they said that.
No. The stuff is written in English first. The French is the translation of the English. This is not bad because.
It makes no sense in English, though.
Yeah, no, this is not bad.
Am I just shading Jeff right now?
No, this is also not something like Jeff specifically wrote as a sentence. This is confusing because it's auto-parsed. Like this,
parsed.
As in these things, fame, constructible.
Oh, this is like a formula where it's taking
it's like
words to formulate the sentence.
There is the line somewhere in the game data for like what does the effect do, and then the tooltip system looks at the line of when X happens, then do this, and goes like, okay, I need to take this bit and this bit and this bit and stick them together, and that's why for stuff like +5 stability per adjacent district works fine. But when you have something more complicated, like when this finishes building, it gets weird.
All right,
and maybe I should,
my new job. I'm gonna no more streams for me. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna be the does it sound right in English guy. That's my job.
Yes, and for stuff like this, we do have the capability of doing a tooltip override. So we should, make note of that and say like, hey, we should probably have a tooltip override on this because
we need a tooltip override on Endless Dungeon too for the elemental affinity.
Because it should say +50 fame
upon construction
when construction finishes
status.
In Victorious City or something like that. So yes, and for like a lot of the others, for a lot of the others, it's these kinds of effects where it's like a passive always on thing. It's kind of easy. But you can also see it in the wonders a lot of the time where it's, kind of the +5 per alliance on Empire. Why is the on Empire there? Like saying +5% money per alliance would be enough. But
or on relations. That's the one that always kills me in the war support. It's like +10 war support on relations. And I'm like, what is my relations with them?
But that's because the game code needs to define the scope of the modifier, and then the tooltip system reads the scope out and puts it in there, even though for a human to make sense of it, he doesn't need the scope. But the PC needs the scope to make sense of it.
I gotta be honest, I never knew that that's how that worked. I didn't realize that was the case. Oh, we gotta name our new city. Oh, we only have one city, chat.
Yeah, there is no new city.
Sergio, we only have one city. Name of the next city. I get it.
Whenever we manage to actually conquer somebody.
Hey, Snuff King. What's up, Mythowex? Welcome in. I've missed the start of the stream. What have I missed? We got into a lot of fighting.
Yes, me getting my butt kicked by the
We were originally the Promotroy boys.
We have 3. I repeat, 3 whole territories.
Oh gosh.
Hopefully we will manage to do
just
something.
Enough Spanish to call the neighbor's cat ugly. I feel that the Apache, Canadians, Hawaiians, Maori, Vietnamese, Congo, Grand Colombo, the Grand Colombos, Macedonians, Scythians, like the Pokemon, Tibetans,
I believe it's pronounced Scythian, but I'm no expert.
Etruscans, and just some cultures that could be added to that. I feel like most of these cultures just sound like food, like Triscuits, you know those? I swear, the captions are getting words that aren't actually words, they're brands. And it's doing it correctly. I think that the captioning software webpage thing that I use for the stream, I think they've updated the software, and I feel like it has to be AI something now because it's so good. It's literally so good. Triscuit isn't a word. It did it wrong that time, so it's not perfect, but anyways. Some type of AI tech told about history and politics that would be cool in future games to make it more genuine. Pardon my English, no worries. I just always talk about funny things in language, and I mean, we have a very international audience, so we just make jokes about language all the time. It's not
language, you know,
meant to make fun of
somebody
anyone.
who's had some linguistics courses as part of her studies to become an English teacher. Language is freaking weird.
Language is, yeah. I haven't played this yet, but in old Civ-like games, those diplomacy choices were kind of dull and not logical. I mean, yeah, you know more about the old Civ games than I do, but how's it going, guys?
Now I could say, you know, see, but are diplomacy choices logical? Spock wasn't the one doing the diplomacy on the Enterprise.
It's going well, Games for You. It's going pretty well. We had a little get together before the stream. I got a Coca-Cola that I chugged quickly.
Before somebody steals it?
I definitely didn't put it in the fridge. We did talk a lot about Dune. I talked about potentially getting a Nintendo Switch, but that I was sad that they hadn't come out with a more powerful one. I just feel like that's never going to happen at this point. When is it ever going to happen?
I mean, the thing is, of course, that the selling point of the Switch isn't its raw power.
No, I get that, but, you know, I also like things to look pretty. What becomes wheat thins? Well, wheat and thin are just two real words, but something like Triscuits, like, you know, it doesn't exist. So for the captions to be able to spell it correctly means that they know about the cracker. They know about the specific brand of cracker that I'm talking about. What's up, Greep? Etruscans would be my choice for a new ancient culture. Interesting. I don't know anything about them.
They existed in about the same area as the Romans. Before the founding of Rome, they apparently had a very involved like funeral culture, and like there's a lot of graves that, you know, were uncovered from them. And also they were like the powerhouse when Rome was forming, and so before Rome was having beef with Carthage, Rome was having beef with the Etruscans.
Okay. Lots of fighting, eh? Which side which side is winning?
Well, sadly, it's either the yellow, the orange, or the brown side.
You at war with all three of them?
No, not the yellow player. It's too far away. But both of the others had declared war on us. But the things we only see like the edge here. I don't know. Maybe they control like all of this. They might be big.
Well, we could check and see our relationship with them. See if they're more powerful than us. They're tyrannical.
They're most likely.
We are less powerful than them. Well, there you go. Thanks for answering my questions yesterday. When you answered my question yesterday, I missed it because I had to start work at my job. No worries, Nathan. Honestly, like, people come and go out of the streams. I've been streaming for 3 years. I totally get it. The new cultures are definitely good, but now I think the focus should be on making the existing mechanics more in depth and making the whole game run smoothly. We did increase the optimization in this last update, so if you haven't played since the last update,
it should run a little more smoothly now.
We do want feedback about how different it is, by the way. I prefer to directly pay for such patches than new semi-cosmetic stuff. Well, I mean, it has gameplay mechanic differences, and it came along with the free update, so I get that.
Speaking of, actually, I should check. Do we still have the... No, the stables have been claimed. No, the Colosseum has been claimed as well. We're too slow.
Vini, vini, vici.
Well, I think in our case, the Vici part still needs work.
we need to work on our conquering.
We came, we saw, and we got our asses kicked. We're more at the what was it? Varus red me legionis or something like that. Varus, give me my legions back.
Conversely, there are no AI personas on amplifiers for Ramon. There's an Etruscan museum in Rome built above an actual Etruscan tomb. It's amazing. Triscuit is a portmanteau of electric biscuit because the biscuits were baled with electricity. I mean, they do have a very weird texture, but what? Also, why a Switch? Why not a Steam Deck? Just to play Breath of the Wild is the only reason.
That's really.
And also,
you buy a Switch for the Nintendo specific games.
Yeah,
really, I guess.
And also, if I'm gonna play on the train to and from work, I'm not gonna be playing games that I normally play from my own Steam account because those are online only games that are multiplayer shooters. That's what I play. So I can't do that on the train, and I don't even think I would want to play a shooter on a Steam Deck, to be honest. Basically, the Etruscans invented the aqueduct and the road systems that the Romans used after. So
you're
smart people.
Yeah, so you're saying the Romans stole the technology for the aqueducts and the roads, and they stole so many other technologies.
Were the Romans basically just Americans?
You know, people always like, oh yes, the Roman soldiers were so well equipped with, like, you know, all the armor, and like, yeah, and most of the metalworking technology they just stole from the so-called barbarians, like the Celts. Even though, you know, the emblematic unit in the game is naked, the Celts had chainmail before the Romans.
I didn't know that. It's been almost 1 year since I followed you guys, 1 month after my birthday. Nice. Well, congratulations. Thank you for being here. Scythians would be a good choice too, and the Etruscans used stars to delineate our agricultural parcels. My feedback on optimization is that I'm still getting crashes towards the later game. Are the crashes? Well, see, crashes are hard to diagnose and why they're happening. Whether it's
and they're also not necessarily related to the performance.
Yeah, it could be just your computer, or it could be.
Well, no, but it could also be stuff like not like the graphical performance and stuff, but like there's some conflict in the simulation of it crunching the numbers, and it goes like, I can't resolve this.
There could be so many things,
and then it gets stuck.
Yeah. Did you play Baldur's Gate stuff?
I've played the original. Never actually finished it because the boss battle bugged out on me, and it would keep doing the scene you get before the boss battle in the same location. Played a little bit of 2. I haven't checked out the 3rd one yet.
The Roman said it's free real estate. Yeah, alright. The new cultures are definitely good, but... Oh, sorry, I read that already. Love Switch, but Nintendo is living in the past. People have said that, like, 10 years, still they're rocking. I hate when frames go below 100, but I still played Breath of the Wild hundreds of hours. Yeah. I really like Scythians, that way they continue the Nomad Steppe Horseman gameplay, and all the way to medieval with the Scythians, Huns, Mongols.
Would the Scythians fit in the ancient era? I'm not sure exactly when they were around. I think that's what they're saying.
Scythians and Huns into Mongols.
Because I think I had also heard of the Scythians in, like, the Roman era, but I'm not sure.
These kind of games frames don't matter though. Yeah, I'm saying from my experience, I like having, you know, high graphics and high frames. It's just the best experience for me. But yeah, so that's, I don't know. But like, I feel like Nintendo doesn't like lower their prices ever either. So I feel like if I buy a Switch right now, I'm still going to pay full price for it. So what was the point in waiting? I don't know. My brain needs a discount of some sort for it to be worth it. I feel like there needs to be more industrial and contemporary culture wonders. We need Big Ben. We have Big Ben.
Yes, we do.
Nathan, we have Big Ben. What are you talking about? Romanes un domus. Nerds know this one. Monty Python stuff.
Yes. People named Romanes go the home? What? How many Romans? How many? I mean, the best part of that scene is really that after he's done writing it like 100 times on the temple so that the guard doesn't kill him for, his Latin being bad, the guard walks off and 3 other guards come in and they just see the graffiti that is like, anti-Roman graffiti, and he gets arrested because of it.
Oh gosh. Yurkin or Manchu for horde gameplay for the early modern era. I actually don't know either of those either. With more DLC coming to Humankind, does that mean it will be on the console version if the console version ever comes out? Well now, don't be like that. I get why you're being like that, but also don't be like that. The console version is still being worked on, and it will come out. But that's a really good question about the DLC. It's not something that we can answer right now.
Oh, are they actually not going to try to stop us?
So you like being high, eh? It's called inflation. As long as you're being inflated with helium. Ayo! Manchu is the northern tribes that defeated the Ming Empire founded the King? How do you pronounce Qing?
I think it's Qing, but I'm not sure.
Q-I-N-G. I don't know how you pronounce that.
But yeah, I'm not sure if it's still used, but until at least into the 1800s, that whole region was still called Manchuria.
Okay, it is Qing. Okay. Pronouncing stuff in Chinese is tough. Now you learned your lesson. Don't do it again. Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Yes. Bit of science. I think we need a bit of science.
Oh, we get +3 for both of the luxuries?
Nope. Can't afford losing unit strength.
I mean,
we get +3 for the...
We're in debt.
Iron. Oh, they made us pay money. Not really any great spots, so I guess we'll try to get these.
We need more of that cha-ching, if you know what I mean. A lot of the things you think of as stereotypically imperial Chinese were from the Machu, like the very long ponytails called queues, for instance. Y'all know so much. Y'all are so smart.
Yeah, I was actually talking to Benoit earlier and to the rest of the com team when I was writing the description. I was like, yeah, I want to make reference to warriors of legend and myth. And as I'm thinking about it, I'm realizing I only know European ones. I have no idea of the legends and myths from elsewhere in the world.
Yeah. It takes a long time to learn all these things. You have to spend a lot of time, reading just about a lot of stuff, and then internalizing it enough to actually be able to remember that later is another big thing. Also, the Tang and Qing dynasties would be good, so you can be like China from ancient to contemporary.
I can't believe we got away with that. We stole the territory and they didn't stop us. I think we could claim the statue of Zeus, but
who needs war when you can annex? Well,
we need war.
We need the kill count.
Exactly.
For those of you that are just coming in, by the way, we're doing the newest scenario, which if you're interested, !scenario will take you directly to the blog where you can download the save file. But the scenario is all about getting one legendary warrior, the most amount of kill count as possible. I don't think we've actually named any of our warriors because we were just losing them too quickly. That one looks like a good candidate, though, to name.
Yes, we have two warriors we can name.
So we have a couple of names. I think you'll have to scroll up quite a ways, though. Maybe we could get new names in the chat.
Yeah.
Can we just get new names in the names in the chat?
It's my fault because I couldn't get them to actually survive.
But if you want us to name our legendary warrior after you or another name that you choose, feel free to put it in the chat, and we'll pick 2 of them at least. To answer Cat of Nine Tails' questions, Scythians kind of straddle the ancient classic period. They're in contact with the Greeks pre-classic era, and they end up conquered by the Sarmatians?
That's also a name I've heard before.
The Sarmatians during the classic era.
I mean,
like Samaritans. The good Samaritans.
No,
Sarmatians.
Different thing, I think, in this case.
China.
But yeah, no, I've definitely heard of the Scythians in a different context. Less about the horse riding. Well, the horses were involved, but not for warfare.
China and India feels like the ones you're closest to being able to play from the ancient to contemporary at the moment, and it's quite fun. I do think it's cool that you can kind of follow the history.
I'm so tempted to try get more kills, but this is close actually.
I mean, you want to bait them maybe a bit more. I don't know how you bait them though. A good idea would be a standard culture path for which you can stray, but where you get a special perk if you stay on course. The problem is that we could only do like a few of those without adding just so many new cultures.
That is the main problem.
If you follow this logical thought to its end point, think about how many cultures don't fit into one of these paths. I mean, maybe you could make it so where there were a couple of these paths, but I think it'd be weird to just have a couple of these like paths that give you extra bonuses. It would make other cultures that don't fit into a path less viable, in my opinion.
So we did get 2 names. The what
the words are down there.
It's kind of overlaying. I am trusting chat that this is not some kind of euphemism.
Large John. Seems sus to me.
Yes, it sounds sus.
Warrior named Spanky.
That one also sounds kind of spicy.
Jurgitha, a legendary Berber warrior that fought Roma in Numidia, modern Algeria. Jugurtha, I actually think it is.
Yeah, let's give one to Twitch and one to
YouTube.
That, I feel like I've read that name somewhere before.
And we have some more names for later.
Oh! I never saw SB's Battletech series. But yes, that sounds like the kind of name she would use for a captain. You should, if you enjoy SB, you should watch her playing Pentiment with one of her girlfriends. Oh, the commentary at times. Oh boy.
You're gonna name your people after us. I like it. Why is Syrob's AI persona on amplifiers just Horatio? That's a good question.
Because only an AI could ever be as perfect as Horatio in real life. James T. Kirk. I'm afraid we're out of people we can rename.
Catan de Marilla. That's a very long name. It's got my last name in it, though.
Well, I guess we will accept this being pushed on us, because I don't think we should be... Well, I guess we do have 41 surplus, but we also have a lot of districts queued up. Ah, okay, now it's more in our favor, so let's bait them into... Oh, no, wait. Oh, no. Oh! What's the war support like? We have no good way of gaining anymore.
I'm gonna keep up with chat. Well, you don't have to use fully linear paths, i.e. a Roman path could devolve into several paths with special perks like Byzantium, France, and HRE. You could actually give special perks if you evolve into the later cultures that do not have precedence. I think it's a fantastic idea. I just, I know that it's been thrown around before, and
This is definitely also one of those ideas where we would need to plan for it from the very start, and it's very hard to do in
like a year and a half after the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're still in debt. We're close to getting out of debt.
We're making some money, for sure.
But I don't think we're close. Our money income is good enough to go 120 more in debt. So...
Chance of terrible consequences is fine, right?
It's fine.
It's fine. It'll be okay. Thank you very much, Crimrocks, for the follow and officially welcome into the Amplitude Studio. It's community. Wow, my brain.
They took the bait, I guess.
Let's go. Now we just have to draw them out of their city.
Yeah, no, they didn't take the bait. I saw this expanding a bit, but I think they just put in more reinforcements over here somewhere or something.
I see. If you want a name for a famous
they probably
warrior,
added like the horseman or something.
You could use Leo Major, a Canadian who bluffed an entire German division during World War II. Interesting. Also, even after the Scythians faded from history, the North Pontic steppe continued to be called Scythia even during Roman times. Hope these kind of games could add spark to people and find out about more cultures. I mean, I can say that it sparked me. I definitely have learned a lot about various cultures from playing the game. There's just a lot to learn, you know? There's a lot of things I've just never heard of, and you gotta take one step at a time. You gotta learn one thing at a time.
So I think it's time we attack, because we don't get kill count for the militia starving.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I'm impressed how well you managed to defend this two-front war. You done well.
Honestly, that was entirely the... what are they now? Which culture?
We're gonna wanna refresh the caption page.
Oh. Where's the refresh button?
Top left. You have to hit start captioning again.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Hopefully, here we go. Yeah, okay, yes, here we go. Now the English had mercy on us and offered us a white piece, but given that they're now the English, we might be in trouble again. These guys at least are still the Maya.
Great that you thought about it. It counts a lot. My only suggestion is giving the envoy something to upgrade it to the modern, like an ambassador or diplomat. Interesting. Once you build up your economy and military, you'll dominate in any game.
Build up our economy? With what territory?
I mean, Humankind really turned me onto this obscure culture called the French. Weird stuff. Wild stuff, yeah. I had never heard of them before, but it's very interesting.
You know,
are we gonna use our rams?
I'm thinking, let's see if they're desperate and counterattack. Yes, they are. Excellent.
They have the high ground.
Yes, but we also have 36 base combat strength.
I was like, which one of our units is the one we want to get kills on? I guess that's one of them.
And also,
we have a new...
If we do this, well, actually, no, this one already had like bonuses from here, but we're no longer on the low ground and on the river. Plus, this one has more health, and obviously, we do need to think about getting them to actually survive.
True.
Yes, he can get a kill. Excellent.
Feed the kills to the veteran ones.
Does this one already have? No, I don't think.
In my opinion, the greatest problem with the battles is that you should be able to choose not to involve units or in the battle if you don't want to, so you could still move them directly out of battle in the next turn. Talking about a unit that didn't enter the conflict directly, but by being in the area. Having your units get stuck in a battle that they're not a part of does feel kind of bad, in my opinion. Surviving war, that's a neat trick. True.
5 kills.
Woo, let's go.
Halfway to double digits.
I know this is a stupid question. There are no stupid questions except for the ones you don't ask. But could this game have a port to iPad Pro, etc. someday? It would be amazing. That's a big ask, I think.
I think iPad would be very tricky with the interface. Because, touch controls don't exactly work well with tooltips.
Yeah. You have to hold until something pops up, I guess. Yeah, there's no hovering over something to learn about it in touchscreen. It's a good point. I think there's also the fact that, I don't know how the coding something over to like switching it from PC to iPad is, but I'm assuming it's a different type of code.
Yes.
Or a different language or something.
Yes, probably, but we already have a Mac version.
We do have a Mac version,
and
but
from Mac to iPad is probably easier than from PC to iPad.
I just don't know.
Because the modern Macs also, the M1 chips and M2 chips that the modern Macs use is like a similar architecture than as the iPad, as far as I know.
Maybe.
I'm no expert on these technical
someday
issues.
You never know.
Now we do have one problem with our war. Can't get there. He somehow got one of the cities that used to belong to these people, I think.
Interesting.
And
can you get open borders with the English, just so you can be like, hey, we just need to get through and...
Tyrannical. I don't think we can get a trade agreement with England.
I mean, they might just want the money from us.
I mean, I can ask, but... Well, I guess at the very least it'll give us a grievance if they refuse. Oh no, actually we can't.
We must renounce our current demand.
No,
Lured population.
they have a demand.
Oh. Aludra.
Well, I guess that resolves the problem. Because now we can walk through their territory.
Well,
but also their units are probably way more powerful than ours.
They got pikemen and longbowmen. That's going to be an issue.
That's concerning, certainly. Well, I only need to survive for 13 more minutes. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that power difference.
It's interesting. Yeah. Have you and Stephanie ever witnessed in Humankind a military with few units ever took out a larger military in a game and things turned around?
Yes, before the AI got good. I used to be able to turn this kind of situation around. Not anymore.
I definitely think if you have more advanced units but fewer of them, you can. But equal like era units.
Even here now, like this, the 34 strength, 32 strength. If I could get to place here on the favorable terrain, I could turn around. But because the AI is so much better at managing its incomes now, it just has so many more armies to cut me off from getting to the favorable positions, and we're just kind of screwed. We have like one dude we can't deploy.
They're just gonna get longbowed. I will say we could maybe take them out.
We can maybe kill some of the archers. Okay, that one is behind the cliff.
I mean, they might just move the archer away though.
But we can kill one of the scout riders.
Guys, you just introduced an additional button that switches into hover over option. So when this is pressed, the whole interface only gives tooltips until repressed. If tooltips are the problem. I think tooltips are only part of the problem.
That's like the first problem that comes to my mind, but there's probably a bunch more stuff that would be difficult to do.
I mean, they're getting punished for attacking us, but also, I don't know if it'll matter.
Well, I mean, we literally can't go anywhere else, so we might as well kill somebody.
Yeah, I guess.
Let's see if we can get to 7. Maybe we can get 3 more kills before we die.
Poor Large John. Nope. Large John's dead.
Which, to be fair, if the name was based on the name given to a pilot in the Battletech game...
Take care, Sergio.
They very likely also didn't fare well. At least it wasn't Decker. Maybe I should name my unit Stacker. It's the appropriate name for them. You know, that's not something we need right now.
Can we get some more names? 3 more names? We had Spanky, I think was one of them.
One of them is already named. Jugurtha survived because they never got deployed.
Could always name somebody Duncan Idaho.
True.
James T. Kirk.
So after
we got lots of names.
So after we lose Duncan Idaho, we build a new unit and call it Duncan Idaho.
Or Duncan.
Well,
Duncan Oregon.
we should call him. What was it? Height, believe.
Archers can take a tank battalion. Hated that mechanic.
Well, not anymore.
Archers were strong in Civ?
Well, I mean, the spearman kills a tank has always been a meme in 4X games, but quite a while ago we did make some adjustments. So like now the minimum range of damage you can get to for strength difference is like 0 to 5. So you will need a lot of archers to tank out a tank. Would you kindly?
Yeah. Let's see here. We're doing this is hard. Duncan Idaho. And then...
I'm not sure what I did to break the interface, I'm sorry.
James T. Kirk. It's cool, I just have to not look at what I'm typing.
It's actually funny, I once was in like, you know, a nerd trivia question thing, and there was one like, oh, in this episode of Star Trek, what does James T. Kirk's gravestone say? I'm like, wait, what? First off, he never died, but of course, you know, it was like some omnipotent being messing with him. But it's actually, they made a mistake preparing the prop, and the gravestone says James R. Kirk. Yeah, Chad already knew.
Jordan and Stephanie is a good name where you guys are in the game. I mean, we could name some people after us.
See, I don't fancy my chances of survival in that case, though. Oh no, and now we have rebels from the Romans. Wait, why do we have...
We are the Romans.
Why do we have rebels from the...
Was it the flood thing? Did something happen with the flood?
Yeah, but we are at 143. I don't think we had a over 110% penalty.
A famous Canadian pilot, George Bergeling.
This is where the rebels come from the occupied city. They're not local rebels, they're partisans.
I see. Yeah, Lucifer got it. We have rebels at home.
Rebels come.
Exclamation mark rebels, chat. And back. Had a nice pasta dinner. Nice. What'd you have in your pasta tonight? May the force be with you, my boy. He's literally walking away with a lightsaber in his hand. So.
Yes. But hey, we can get some more kills here.
Ayo. Mines are just waiting for the surrender terms. Sheesh. They got wrecked.
Yeah, because those were ancient era
Rebel
units.
Schnebel. Bachancini? What the heck is Bachancini? Bacconcini? Broccolini? Are you talking about broccolini? The little broccolettes?
I'm thinking we're at the stage of all Italian viewers, please close your ears.
What is bocconcini, though? Her herbs and chili flakes. I do love me some chili flakes. I like a spicy food. My digestive system doesn't like spicy food, though.
I think that's the case for most people who like spicy food. We're not birds. We are not evolved to ignore the...
Bocconcini. Yeah. My intestines don't know how to process capsaicin very well. Bocconcini are the small mozzarella balls that are usually in whey or brine. Didn't know that.
Have a seat. Have a glass.
Huh. Oh no.
I had chili last night and pumpkin pie for dinner. You mean American chili?
Oh no.
Oh.
Because we couldn't get to that city to finish it off.
We've just been ticking down.
Yes. Peace, please. We just wanted to kill some of your people. We don't want your land.
American chili, got it. Pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie out of season is the best kind of pie, you know? When you're like, it's not even October, but I still want pie.
But also, you know, saying like, oh, this is the best kind of pie, is saying a lot, because pie is pretty much always good.
Pie is always good, but I don't know. Pumpkin pie is special. There's a reason why pumpkin pie is like one of the most popular pies. Look at this war is doing for us. It's. Can we just go back to killing you in skirmishes? Oh.
At least this time we had enough money to not be deeply in debt. But we have been vassalized, which I guess solves our issue with this war. But then we're in a different war.
I mean, as long as we have people to kill is the important part.
Do we though? They're the Byzantines.
So they have elephants? Is that?
No, but they probably also have like great swordsmen and stuff. Crossbowmen. Well, this is an old scout. They have
kill the scout rider quick. They got 4 guys down there.
Oh well, they have some short light and a crossbowman. But yes, maybe we can actually get over here and
pumpkin pie with chopped up pecans in it. Sweet potato pie. Can you guys break them up through civil war or revolution?
This is like the only player we had a chance against, and then we couldn't because we couldn't reach this city.
Yeah. I was gonna say we could. Oh, there's the Colosseum.
Oh, I guess the AI too is like, let's put it where it's the most pretty, up here on the hill.
The AI knows where to put the wonders.
Sorry.
And we're not playing with the Together We Rule activated, the expansion activated, so I think there's slightly less options that we have politically. Romans and the Byzantines at the same time? Talk about an awkward family dinner.
As long as they're all for the same horse racing team.
What are we the closest to? We're closest to influence? Really? I find that hard to believe that that's the star that we're closest to, but ooh.
Yeah, we definitely need some better production in this area. And then I guess we need to head towards imperial power so that we can actually research the medieval era technologies once we get there.
Everybody's in the medieval.
Ragnador gets it.
Greens forever. Greens, nothing but greens. Radishes, rutabagas. And it was ravishing my... Oh, how does it go? Ravishing my radishes, ravaging through my rutabagas. And all the while... Something. I like that, movie. A schism. Expansionists. Can we expansionize somebody's stuff? If we're their vassal?
No, we're not at war anymore.
Dang it, we just want to fight people.
But I guess that means we can see... is there maybe somewhere... yes, I think this is the city center.
Everything okay there, Jordan? Have you seen Into the Woods? I'm reaching that point in the night where I'm tired and hungry, and I don't do well when I'm either tired or hungry.
So when it's both, it's extra bad?
Yeah, it's extra bad. And I don't have any snacks.
Finally!
Woo! Let's go.
Let's
What's
see.
left?
The Mongols are, of course, already taken. The Aztecs are already taken. I guess we do have technically the Norsemen left, but that's not exactly going to do wonders for us, like trade-wise.
Yeah, honestly, I would go for a Snickers right now. Or Twix. I like Twix.
Yeah, the North could get us to the other continent, and I guess with the Naust we have some extra harbors, so we could lean into the Kaiserliche Werft if we ever get to the industrial era.
Could do, yeah. But you'll have to find out next time on our stream, because we are done for today because it is 8 o'clock. But thank you all for being here. Thank you for a great stream. Creamy or the one with nuts with Snickers? Snickers always has nuts, though. Are you talking about the Milky Way? That's not a Snickers. See you real soon. Take care, Oscar. Yeah, we'll be back next week. Have a fantastic weekend, and definitely go and try out the scenario, exclamation mark scenario.
I'm sure that a lot of you will do better than I am. Because, yeah, a whole 3 regions before the AI had grabbed everything. It's so wild.
Yeah, it got, I mean, I feel like this is definitely something that I'm going to have to learn how to, like, combat the aggressive expansion of the AI. But anyways, yeah, let us know how it goes. Do leave a comment or whatever on Amplifiers, letting us know what you think about the scenario.
And even if you don't want to play the scenario, remember, if you haven't grabbed it yet, Parabellum is still free until next Thursday.
Yep. So the DLC Parabellum is free until the 10th, May 10th, and then the sales on Humankind and the DLCs do end on Friday, so tomorrow. I don't know what time tomorrow it'll go offline, so if you're planning on picking up one of them, do make sure to do that before it goes away. I
think that's everything.
Yeah, I think that's everything. Y'all can let me know if you want me to continue my Humankind game that I started yesterday next Wednesday, because we could do that. We could take a break from the Dungeon of the Endless.
And hopefully yours is getting better than mine. I've learned something very important here. I need to recalibrate my expectation of how close I need to put the player to the AI to make sure that conflict starts.
Yeah. But yeah, so next Tuesday at 11 a.m. France time, we'll be back here with some Endless Space 2. That'll be our next stream. So if you'd like to come hang out with us, we'd love to have you. Thank you to all the new people that are here today. Thank you for all the new followers. Thanks for the people over on YouTube. Thanks to people over on Twitch. You are all wonderful. Thank you for the conversation, and thank you for all the support and love. We love you too, and we will catch you all next time on another one of our Amplitude Studios streams. Have a good night and have a good weekend. Take care. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.